everybody! Happy Wednesday! So I know I said I was going to be posting every fortnight, but I have had a lot of people contact me saying that they wanted the dragon session that I've mentioned a couple of times now, and absolutely right. So I've transcribed it and I have it for you today. It's only a very short message. It's not massive like some of my sessions are, because this dragon came through right at the very end of this guy's session with only a very short message, because the energy that was required for this dragon to come through the client, the dragon was shaking. The dragon was shaking? The dragon might have been shaking. The client was shaking. Sweating, because apparently it was so hot, this dragon. It took so much energy on the client's behalf to bring this dragon energy through. So it's only a short message, but I said I would share it because it's about Ascension. So I will. I've transcribed it and I'll share it very, very quickly. Since I saw you last week, we've had a sick chicken. Marianne the chicken has been very, very poorly this week. I've been really worried about her, and I've been giving her Reiki several times a day. My husband's been giving her Reiki. We've been giving her Reiki together. We contacted the farmer and we said, look, what's going on with our chicken? She's not eating, she's not drinking, she's got like a cold. It looks like a cold. And the farmer said, oh, it's probably the vaccines. And I was like, the what? And he said, oh yeah, well, we have to vaccinate them before we sell them, because they can get respiratory diseases, you see. So we have to give them a vaccine to stop them from getting a respiratory disease. And I was like, so you vaccinate them to stop them from getting a respiratory disease, but that vaccination gives them the respiratory disease? Have I understood that correctly? And I could see the farmer thinking, actually, she's got a point. What's that all about? Anyway, to cut a long story short, the farmer gave us some poultry wonder drops, which we administered to Marianne the chicken every day, but we were giving her Reiki every day, and all of a sudden she just turned a corner and pulled through. And now she's back to her amazing chicken self. She's loving life, bossing all the other chickens around. And whenever me and my husband go down the garden, she flies up to us, because she now associates us with feeling good. And you can almost see her saying in chicken language, you got some Reiki for me? So yeah, chicken Reiki. That's what we've been doing this past week. And also, other big news is I've always said, and I've always said this, that I would never do hypnotherapy, past life regression online, because I like to administer the sessions face to face. I like to spend time with people. I like to be in people's company for the entire day and work with their energy. Give them Reiki, not chicken Reiki. I just prefer to see people face to face, because I am a people person, and the people that come to see me are high frequency. And quantum healing hypnosis technique, you are only allowed as an official quantum healing hypnosis technique practitioner to conduct quantum healing sessions face to face. However, as a clinical hypnotherapist and psychotherapist who is trained in all of the past life regression techniques, not just quantum healing, and who's trained in life between lives and spirit releasement therapy, neuro-linguistic programming, counselling, you name it, Reiki, chicken Reiki, I'm trained in all of it. So I can do past life regression online. I've just never chosen to do it. I had a client come to see me last week who was a incredible client, psychic medium. This lady came out with she'd been in my room like 10 minutes. She came out with information about me that nobody knows. Nobody. Not even my husband. Some of this information was even information that I'd kind of denied to myself. The only person who knew this information was my soul. And she came out with this information. And then, in her session, she said to me, I am being given loud and clear that you must move online now. Because we are coming to a time whereby if you don't move online, you're not going to be able to help people and heal people and practice, because we are coming to a period of time where there's going to be more lockdowns. And in the UK right now, there's already 3 separate lockdowns in 3 separate areas. They've started to lock down again. And I haven't spent all of this time and years and training to be a healer in past life regression, to sit at home in my office in the time of the great shift on planet Earth, twiddling my thumbs because people are unable to come and see me. I'm not doing that. That's why I came here. I came here to Earth at this time to help people access their multidimensional self and to heal. So it's come to a point now where I just have to say to myself, look, Laura, even though you said you would never do it online, the only way you're going to be able to help people and actually connect with people is online. So if you want to come and see me for a quantum healing session, quantum healing hypnosis technique is all done face to face, not online. I am still conducting those sessions. I've only got three left, I think, in October, but they're all booked out. I'm still seeing people face to face for quantum healing. So if you're in the UK and you can get to Chesterfield, please come and see me for a quantum healing session. However, if you are elsewhere in the world and you've watched my videos and you've wanted a session and you've not been able to have one because you can't get to me geographically, then I am now in a position where I am prepared to begin healing people online, because I need to move forwards and use the tools that are available to me in this time period. And as a qualified clinical hypnotherapist and psychotherapist, I am qualified to use any technique that I choose to use online. So the sessions that I will be doing online will not be quantum healing, because we're not allowed to use that quantum healing technique online. We have to sign paperwork when we train to say we will not use that online. But I can use any of the other techniques that I've learnt to get you to access your natural theta state, which will allow you to go into past life regression. And in those online sessions, we can do past life regression, life between lives, your higher self, entities, whatever comes through, Reiki, not chicken Reiki, all of that can be accessed in the online sessions. So the online sessions will be much like the sessions that Albert Wyman does. If you're interested in booking a session with me, they are now all available online on my website, which is www.laurawhitworthqhht.com. When my site loads up, click on the Book Now button. It will list, takes a while to launch, but it'll list all of my available appointments. My face-to-face quantum healing sessions are on there, and also my online past life regression sessions, which I will be doing under my clinical hypnotherapist hat. So I've got my quantum healer hat, which is all face-to-face, and I've got my clinical hypnotherapist and psychotherapist and NLP and life between lives and spirit releasement therapy hat, and Reiki, chicken Reiki hat, not chicken Reiki. And that's all done online. If you want to book, please do book. It would be so lovely to connect with all of you wonderful people that I've spoken to over the years, all around the world, that I've been unable to do sessions with because I have chosen not to work online. Sorry, but in the time of the Great Shift on planet Earth, I'm not going to put myself in a situation where my skills and experience as a healer, I'm not able to utilise them because nobody can get to me. I need to move online. So if you want a session, please do book now. I have put a number of sessions on the website. If they go, I will put some more on, because that's the beauty about online sessions. They're more flexible. They're not as long because they only last 3.5 hours as opposed to the 5-6 hours that you can spend with somebody in a face-to-face scenario. The online sessions, you will need a little headset that's like this. Price check on Prune Juice Bob. One of these little bad boys that's got one of these things on that you can move to your mouth. So we've got a microphone set up. You will obviously need to have a very safe and secure space that you can have the session in, and the responsibility of that is upon you to put yourself in a very safe and secure space where if you move your arms and legs around in the session because you're having a fight with somebody in a different life, that you're not going to kick anything that's going to land onto you and hurt you. It's also important that you find a place where you're going to be uninterrupted by other people in the house. They're not opening the door and going, "Mum, what time's tea?" I've had that before on face-to-face sessions when I used to work remotely, and back in the day I used to visit people's houses and do sessions in people's houses. I've had all of that before. People coming in and asking what time tea is whilst people are under deep hypnosis. So you need to be in a place where minimal noise, no interruptions, excellent internet connection, because obviously the success of the session rests upon the fact that we can stay connected and get to this amazing brainwave state, the theta brainwave state. For people that would ask the question, well, what happens if I'm in the middle of hypnosis and the connection goes? Well, what I would say to you is, hypnosis is not magic. It's not voodoo. It's not, it's a natural state. It's the theta brainwave state. Children spend a good percentage of their day in the theta brainwave state anyway. It's just as adults, we forget as we get older to access that particular brainwave state. But we all go into it naturally twice a day. Once at night time when we fall to sleep, and once in the morning when we wake up. It's that state that you access where you settle down in your bed and you get all comfortable. Oh, you find your teddy or whatever it is that you like to hug onto at night time before you go to bed. I get my crystals. My husband wakes up in the morning and is like, "Oh, God damn it, woman, what's this in my back?" And he pulls out a selenite bar that's surgically attached himself to his spine. But I sleep with my crystals and get yourself all comfy. And you have your conscious mind going, "You've left that bolognese out. You should have put it in the fridge." Oh, I'll do it in the morning. "Have you locked the door?" "Yeah, I think I have." "Have you let the dog out? Is the dog out under we?" Yeah. And then eventually the conscious mind eventually gets bored, switches off. And that's when the images start to come. And you start to maybe think about and recall something that has happened earlier in the day. Or you start to think about a memory that you liked, that you love. Or you start to think about connecting with your higher self, which is something that I do before I go to sleep. That is the brainwave state that we take you into, where the images start to come where you see them in your mind's eye. You're not seeing them with your eyes, with your mind's eye. That's all hypnotherapy is the deep relaxation of the physical vehicle with an alert mind that is focused through visualization. So, in the online sessions, if the technology did go down, and if you were deep into a past life, and all of a sudden my voice is not there anymore in your ear to direct you to the next thing that's going to happen, one of two things will happen. Number one, you'll think, something's changed, that voice isn't there anymore, and you become more and more alert until you come fully out, fully conscious, and you realise that the technology's gone down, and you take the time to come out of that state nice and slowly. Or the other scenario that will happen is you will go from being in the theta state and you'll fall to sleep. And then when you've had a little kip, you'll wake up and go, oh, did the technology go down? Pretty much like me every night when I'm trying to do a guided meditation and I'm listening to it and I just fall to sleep. And then I wake up and the person might still be in my ear 3 hours into the guided meditation, but I've fallen to sleep. So for anybody worrying about the online sessions, whether they're safe, two outcomes: the voice disappears and you become more alert and come out, or the voice disappears and you fall asleep because that stimulation is no longer there. So for people worrying about whether they will be able to access the theta state over online, it's not a problem. If we try the session the first time and we can't access that theta state, we'll rearrange another session for no additional cost, and we'll keep doing that until we get there. That's what I do for all of my face-to-face clients, because I have many, many face-to-face clients who come, and because they're so hyped up and they're so excited and they can't wait to find out who they are, they've got themselves to a point whereby they can't access anything because they're too hyped up. So when I say to them, look, come back again in a couple of weeks' time, we'll do it again. The next time they turn up, all of that excitement is gone and they're like, okay, let's do this. And I always say to them, come back again, free of charge, no cost, it's not a problem, and we'll keep doing it until you get that session, because what's important for me is that you get your session. So if you're worried that technology is going to go down and you won't get your session, it's not a problem. If it does, we'll rearrange and we'll do it again. And just to reiterate before I actually do the dragon message, that my online sessions will not be quantum healing hypnosis technique, because we are not allowed to do that online. We have to sign paperwork as official quantum healers to say we won't do it online. These past life regression hypnotherapy sessions online will come underneath my clinical hypnotherapist hat, in which I'm trained in a million different things, a million different techniques, and much like Albert Wyman does, I will take people through a technique that does not involve Dolores Cannon's quantum healing. But you will still get your past life regression sessions. You will still be put in touch with your multidimensional self. You will still be given any healing that needs to occur. If you've got any questions, let me know. But if you want to book, go to www.laurawhitworthqhht.com, click on the book now button, wait for them to load up, and there you go. And for people that the online sessions are much cheaper than the face-to-face sessions, because they're not as long, and the money that you pay me is for my time as a qualified and trained hypnotherapist. So they're not as expensive because it doesn't require as much time. Because the online sessions, we will not do as long a front end session, because we don't want to be online for 5 hours. So we'll do an hour where you tell me a quick whistle stop tour of your life. You tell me the questions that you want answering and the healing that you want, and then we'll get straight into the hypnotherapy. That's how they'll work. So if you want a session, book book now. Right, so now we're going to move on to the dragons. So this session, incredible session with the client, and then towards the end of the session I was talking to another entity, and I was told by this entity that there was a dragon there who wanted to speak. And so I politely requested that the entity that I've been speaking to recede, and for them to allow the dragon to come through. And as I do this, the client begins to breathe very, very deeply, very heavily. He begins to sweat very profusely, and he says to me, "Dragons are really warm." And it was very, very obvious that he was struggling to maintain this connection between him and this dragon, because he was absolutely sweating cobs. That's a Derbyshire saying. Anybody that lives around me will know what that means. For everybody else in the world, I'm sorry. A cob is a bap, which is a bread cake. And I know that's going to open up so many different questions. What would you call it in America? Oh God, I don't know. But it's like a bread roll. A bread roll? Let me know about that one. It's a small round thing that's bread. But anyway, he was sweating. He was sweating a lot. So he couldn't hold the energy of this dragon for a long time. But here is the message that the dragon brought through. So I say, am I speaking to the dragon? Yes. What do you have to share with us today? Dragon energy is here, and yes, dragons are real. We are very strong. Dragons are here to provide strength. We are here to provide the strength needed to make the transition. How is it that you are helping with the transition? Tell me about that. And thank you for your help at this time. We provide people with determination to go through challenging times. We provide the strength that people need to keep moving forwards. We are a force. We help people to go through difficult times. We provide the strength needed by providing the energy. The energy is there for you all now. And how is it that you are connected to the client? He has been through so many difficult times that require mental determination and strength, that require an inner strength to keep going, and we have been in the background providing our energy. He has no idea about this. He wonders where he gets this inner strength from, this determination to keep going. Well, we provide and assist. How do you assist him? What do you do? We provide mental energy that can be used to be determined as strength to keep going. But you have to use this energy and be responsible with this strength, because you can use it in negative ways. So we make sure that the person will use it well and for good. Are there any strengths that you have that the client can tap into? He's already using these powers. He just doesn't realise these strengths. He can overcome any obstacle. I don't know why I asked this at this particular point, but I did. What colour are you? I am a grey-green colour. And in the place where you reside, where your frequency is, what's that place like where you are? I am on a different planet to Earth and a higher frequency, but we send our energies. Tell me about your planet. It's rock-like. There are mountains. There are deserts. There are some green lands, but we live in the mountains. Do you share your life with a companion? I am on my own here, but that is how I like to be. How is it that you are able to connect with my client? The dreams that he has been having were preparation for this session. He wants to know these things. So I came through to say yes. We are here and I am him. He does not want to believe, but we are the same person. Is there anything that you want to tell him about the imminent ascension of Earth? Yes, there is. He has to remain in balance with all of the chaos that is happening. You can just choose to remain balanced and not participate in the drama, and that is all that needs to be done. For everybody else wondering and watching and listening, the same applies. Just realize that you as well are as powerful as me, the dragon. Just as powerful in your own ways. Everyone is different, but everyone chooses who they want to be. So choose who you want to be. As this chaos unfolds, choose who you want to be. And if we stay in balance and we do not join with the chaos, what will be at the end of that? There is a dimension that they will go to, a new earth. They made that choice, so they will move towards that. It has already been decided, so you do not have to worry. You do not have to worry if you should be doing this or that. Just allow it to happen. This one wants to understand with timings how it will happen and when, but there is no set time. Time does not exist. Just be in the present and keep going, and it will happen. When the transition does occur, will we be able to see you, the dragons, when we enter the new earth? Will you come to visit? People would like to see us, I know. They are allowed to visit when they are a high enough frequency to ourselves, but I cannot go down from the frequency where I am to say hi. We cannot interfere. What frequency is it that the dragons reside at? All levels, every single level of frequency, there are dragons. There are some much higher and greater than me, and there are some that are lower in frequency than me. We exist in all different frequencies. So I'm guessing for this particular dragon, he is of a frequency that's much higher than the frequency that we're going to be going to on New Earth. So if the client wants to connect with him, once he's raised his frequency even more, he can. But for this particular dragon, his frequency is so high, he can't even come down to the frequency that we're going to be at on New Earth. But there are many, 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 many dragons that will be on New Earth that are of that frequency, the same frequency. And as this client says, dragons reside at every frequency. So I ask him, your particular frequency, what is your particular frequency? We are peace. We make sure that there is peace in our relative dimensions and existences. And then it becomes very obvious that the client is struggling to hold that dragon energy, because it's a lot of energy to hold, and he's shaking and sweating rather profusely, sweating cobs. So I say at this point, is there any other message that you would like to give him today? Dragons, we always have this energy here, and this energy is always there, but just make sure that you use the energy peacefully and to continue as you are doing, because there is no future, just the present. So enjoy everything and remain peaceful and stable. And I say, if he wants to connect with you again, how can he do this? To envision me as he sees me now. I am a grey-green dragon sat on a mountain, and I look into the distance. I have wings, vast wings, and a long tail. I have no horns, as is commonly depicted. So if he holds this picture of a mountain and the vastness of a peaceful planet, that is where I, the dragon, reside, and it is where you can connect and be peaceful if you wish. Wow. So the message from that dragon excuse me, is basically for all of us now, no matter how chaotic things get out there, to draw on the strength of the dragon energy which surrounds the planet. The dragons are sending all of their energy and their strength and their love. Draw on that dragon energy to provide us with strength, the strength to keep going on. And it's going to start getting even more crazier out there as the energies polarize more and more. And to remember, as the dragon said, to choose who you want to be. Choose in these crazy times who you want to be. And remember who you are. And remember why we came. Why we said we would come. We put our hands up for this straight away and said, if that needs to be done, I will do it. I will help. I will go. We chose that because that is who we are. We are light, and we will always, always shine in dark places. And we will never stand aside and allow beings to be used and abused and mistreated and led down the garden path, a path that they would not choose if they were naturally left to their own state of being and not infiltrated and messed around with. We will not stand by and watch that happen to beings who are also light, but along the way they have just forgotten who they are. That is why we are here. That is why we said that we would come. We are here to be the light in the darkness, to be the light and hold the grid and the frequency of the light, hold the new frequency of the light, the starseed frequency, the higher frequency, that higher code in the time of the great shift on planet Earth. So as all of this chaos unfolds, do not forget who you are and why you came. And all we have to do is choose, as the dragon says, who we want to be. And our natural vibration will take us one way to the new earth, and the darkness will go the other way, where they are allowed to carry out their games, the things that they want to do in the dimension that they want to do it. But those of us who choose the light and who choose peace and love, we will go the other way to the new earth. That's all I have for you today. It's a very quick one, but I did want to get the dragon message up because I know many people have asked me about the dragon. So if you do want to book an online session with me, there are a few on there. They are going already quite quickly. I will put some more on there if they do all go. That's the beauty about the online sessions. I can do them at night time when my children are in bed and my husband's on watch in case one of them escapes and gets out wanting a wee or whatever. I can do them at night time in the peace and tranquility, and my night time might be the absolute perfect time for you wherever you are in the world. When you've got energy and vitality, it might be the absolute perfect time for you. So don't forget, when you look at the online sessions, that the timings listed are UK London time. So whatever time it says on my website, make sure you've converted that to the time where you are, so you know exactly when your session is going to be. So till the next time I see you guys, we're in the middle of the summer holidays now, and I want to spend some time with my children. And I want to get outside in the mud and, you know, play with them in the paddling pool and do planting. And so I'm going to be posting probably, it's not going to be another fortnight till I post again. But the next time I post, I'll have another amazing galactic session for you. So till the next time I connect with you guys, make sure, no matter what is happening out there, that you keep vibrating high. We're heading up to the Lion's Gate now on the 8th of August. Huge energy coming through. So the darkness knows this and will try its best to stop those huge vibrations coming through. So be mindful of that and make sure you keep your own personal vibration as high as possible. I had a client today, wonderful lady. So pleased I met her. And her higher self said in the session, when she ever feels low throughout all of this that's going on, take your shoes and socks off and tell her to go out and put her feet on the grass. And when you connect with the grass underneath your feet, it's truth, it's frequency, it's light, it's love. It reminds you of who you are, allows you to connect with the frequency of the planet. If ever it gets too tough, shoes and socks off, get your feet in the grass, listen to the sound of the birds, go into the woods, listen to truth, which is nature. Don't listen to the craziness that's happening online at the moment. Much of it isn't real anyway. Unhook and ground yourself into Gaia's new frequency. Until the next time I see you guys, make sure you keep vibrating high. I love you all so much. Sending you so much love to every part of the earth. To each one of you wonderful lights. Keep shining. Keep shining. And one day we will look back on this and we will look back and say, how did we do that? But I would do it again. I promise. Till next time. Bye.